Welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the SideChicks, where we offer our side of the issues. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us at Yummy Fearless on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Pinterest, where you'll find additional content from today's show. You can also listen to us on Apple iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. Please rate, like, review, subscribe, and share. And if no one else has told you today, we love you. Now let's get into the show.
Hey,
Hey, Big Barbie.
Big Barbie's in the house.
What up?
What up?
This is amazing. I'm so happy that you're.
You know what? I'm happy to be here. I'm so excited to be here. I think both of y'all are incredible. I love what you're doing. And, it's time to get real talk started.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Oh my goodness.
Yes. Well, welcome to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the SideChicks, where we tell our side of the issue.
Right.
Yes. And today we have a special guest, none other than Big Barbie.
Big Barbie, baby.
What up, y'all? What up? I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to, I'm going to bring a little bit ratchetness for the listeners,
We're here for it. We're here for
Yes.
it.
Yes.
It's time to be real. It is what it is. So I'm very excited. And it's a pleasure to be here with Dark Phoenix and Yummy. I'm ready.
Yes. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You're a millennial, right?
I'm a millennial. I'm 32 years old. I'm a Black African-American woman in this country, and I am a Gemini. So that kind of gives people a little bit of insight. I'm a free spirit, air spirit, and I love music. I love life. I love creativity. I love politics. I love expressing yourself. The thing is, in my 32 years of life, I've learned a lot and I've had a lot of experiences. And so I'm here to share that millennials, we can have some issues too.
So I want to talk about having a sex life as a BBW.
BBW culture. All
Woo,
my
woo.
BBWs, you need to subscribe to Yummy and Fearless. We holding this episode down for y'all. Period. I don't think y'all understand how BBW culture is right now. It's really hot right now. I'm a damn fat for niggas. Okay.
I was gonna ask you about that. Okay, talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. BBW is right. Okay. BBW stand for beautiful big women. It could stand for beautiful Black women, beautiful busty women. It's
Come on.
You big. That's what it's about. And the thing about BBW culture is, for so long, men have been kind of ashamed of dating bigger women in past generations, or it was kind of looked down upon, or sugar mama, big mama. But when you're sexy, what makes a BBW first and foremost is a woman that's a big woman, but she's confident and she's sexy. So I may be 400 pounds, but I still have an allure and a sexiness about me that make men want to do me. And so that's what a BBW is. Everybody, and here's the thing, every big woman ain't a BBW. So we're going to stop that misconception right there. You got to be sexy. You got to have the look. It's basically being what's a bad bitch, but a 200-pounder or more.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the bottom line is still the bottom line. You got to be a bad bitch.
Bad bitch.
Exactly. You got to be doable. You got to be. Why I literally had somebody say on one of the dating sites I was on and I know he had to be 120 pounds. He was like, you can get it for a BBW. So yeah. So I explained what BBW is. Now I'm going to go into why the shift is where it is now. Like I said, men were kind of ashamed back then, but now BBW culture is starting to become more embraced, because men are like, well, shit, she's sexy. Some of the things they say, I don't mind big women. I love your side. Yes, these are the taglines. BBWs will relate. You you pretty. You got a pretty face. I don't care about your size. I love big girls. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay.
And you know what? I don't know if it's for my petite women or regular size women, but they go straight to the sex with the BBW. Honey,
Nice.
sometimes they don't even say hello. Sometimes they don't even say hello. They say, "Can I eat your pussy?"
What?
Whoa.
Wait a minute. How do
Oh,
you feel about that? How would
you know what? I, as a BBW, feel that is disrespectful, but sometimes I understand why it's disrespectful, but it's also sometimes flattering, to be honest, because I'm like, okay, thank you for acknowledging my allure, my sexiness, and what I bring to the table, my essence as a woman, despite my size. I get it. But the thing about it is, I think that there's also a lack of respect because it automatically assumes that I'm going to accept anything or so my point is, would those same men, and I'm not sure, but would those same men go up to someone that they saw at the mall that's 120 pounds and say, "Can I eat your pussy?" Or or come out that bold about it, as
Right.
opposed to someone like me who they feel maybe, yeah, she's pretty, but her weight could possibly devalue her. I'm gonna just say anything. My body size may devalue me slightly.
And that was one of my questions. Like, do you feel that men, or is there a perception or a misconception that BBWs are easy?
Because here's the thing, it's all about the sex with BBWs. It's all about getting in bed. It's all about, oh, and they'll manipulate. They'll say, "Oh, I just want to come over and, get to know you." And next thing they groping all on my breast.
Oh,
Or I
wow.
just want to get, and it's funny, I read an article about this, maybe it's like a year or so ago, where it was a beautiful white BBW. And she was saying how she couldn't find relationships, but men just wanted to have sex with her. And she came to the conclusion, being a BBW, men they didn't mind being in the sheets with her, but they would not have a relationship with her. Yes. And so that is what I am also fine. And if they do want a relationship, even if you are a hot BBW, you're stupid, you're slow, you're easy. They can and they love to try and get over on you. Yeah. They love, if they can use you for your assets or what you possess, you automatically appear weaker in their eyes, according to what they
Yeah.
feel. Even though you sexy and attractive, but truly okay with being with a bigger woman. And here's the other thing, actually love you or adore you and may want a relationship with you. It's his peers that possess them sometimes. Well, I remember I was dating this one guy and he said, "Your big girl is outside." And the guy that I was dating, said, "Oh, it's not about your weight. I love your weight." But so if it's not weight,
Wow.
if I have every single quality that you want, but you cheat on me with a smaller woman and who's not even as pretty as
Yeah.
successful as me, and I'm not even being cocky, that's just real. What was it about me that would make you want to go there? But you claim you claim he had it. See, some men have an issue with weight, but they're not open enough to really express it. Or he may not have
Okay.
an issue that's the issue. Oh, well, you got a big girl.
Wow.
Or yeah, like them big, don't you? Honey, I was dating one man that said he called, he would walk through the hallways at work. And when I come to get him, they knew I was his woman. Oh, I'm an overweight lover.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's ridiculous.
Now I have a question about that. I mean, it's first of all, let me just say that's just the whole fetishizing of it's just does not sit well with me. But do you have
Hmm.
a preference? Do W's that you know, or do you have a preference in men, like men's size? Like, does it matter?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Because it's so much of me around. I'm gonna need somebody to get in them crevices. I'm gonna need somebody who can help me, when my back hurt. Or I need somebody in shape. So I've never dated.
Right.
Yeah, I've never dated a big man. And
That's what I'm talking.
it's so funny. There was one that tried to talk to me, and no. And it's been actually several. No, I don't date big men. And it's like, well, damn, how you got the audacity? Because I need somebody when my back hurt to go get my water.
Right.
Like, I need somebody that who can,
Who can help
do
you?
who help me. So no,
Right.
I most of the BBWs I know like lean men, smaller men. And most of the men that are attracted to BBWs, ironically, are smaller men.
Wow.
That's
Not
yeah.
even they like, I mean, small, like small, short guys, short, lean guys. And it's like people see
But
you in public with them and be like, damn, how y'all, relate. But that's what it is.
well, when you think about like the mechanics of like the physical parts of it, everybody can't be big.
I
They
mean,
can't. I mean, you could, but it would be harder, like Big Barbie is
why?
saying. Because if you need somebody to get into your crevices, so to speak,
Okay.
a big guy getting into a big girl's crevices is just going to be harder.
My belly and his belly, it ain't even. It's not even gonna meet. How you gonna come to me? It's in a way. So I have to have smaller. That's why most BBWs have smaller or leaner.
Right. It has to happen. Otherwise, that would be a battle, it would seem.
Okay. But we're talking just relations though. We're not talking about long-term marriage and things like that, right? We're just
Right.
talking.
I'm just talking about like the physicality of it all.
Yes, and relationship wise too, Dark Phoenix. Like, what I'm gonna do with you? Like, it's not even being. We both big, so I mean, we could do our weight loss journeys together if that's what we're on. But I don't see how we can. And it's also about attraction. I am attracted to lean, and I believe most BBWs are, and that's why it's
Okay.
BBW loving, because it's this dynamic of leaner men liking big women, or who want to engage in, relationship or, sexual activity or whatever with bigger women who who may have peers that are making fun of them for it, or their family may not. Why you with that big? I know for a fact one of my ex's family don't like me just because I'm big.
Wow.
Now
Yes.
see, okay, but you said something that I find interesting. You said what we gonna do, go on a weight loss journey together. I think that's funny, but have you ever felt pressure go on a weight? Because I
Oh,
figure if a man likes because you're a BBW, what if you lost weight? Would he not like you?
now now we get into the real thing about BBW culture. Here's the thing. Some men, they want you to stay big. Yeah, they
Hmm.
want you to stay big. They don't want you to get smaller. I remember I was dating someone, every time I tried to, it would be a sabotage. No lie.
What?
Some,
What is up
yeah,
with that?
don't know. But some
He
men
he
want
liked you how you were. He like that's what it was. He's
yes,
like I like you
yes,
because you got this. That's what I want.
exact. Or they say, okay, you will lose weight. You can lose weight, but don't get below a certain size. Yeah.
Wow.
I get
Uh,
that. Actually, I get that because I don't like little men. I like big men. I like girthy men. Is there an equivalent?
You know
A,
what?
a
You know what?
BBM.
Well, BBM, BBM. But here's the thing: it's not the same when it comes to the men. It's
Okay.
normal. People don't mind seeing a smaller woman with a big, man. They don't.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought that up. It's really just about the fact that a bigger woman is with a smaller man, a leaner man. So it's not if a man is big like Biggie. Everybody looked at Biggie face. Biggie he had beautiful women.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that he was like a Denzel Washington or a Shamar Moore.
Well, he's rich
Right.
though, right?
Yeah, he was.
He was rich though. But I mean, still, if you look at the women in that category, they didn't have to be with him. It wasn't like he was just the finest man walking, but it was normalized. Now let a big woman like that have a Shamar Moore. What he want with her?
That's true.
I blame our society and how I blame like the media for that. That's who I blame for that. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool.
Yeah,
No,
I think
it's not cool. It's most certainly a double standard,
yeah.
and
exactly.
that's being kind to even call it that. Okay, so would you compare your sex life as a BBW to what we understand sex to be for someone that's more average size?
Yeah, I think as far as the activity level, the lack of someone wanting to have sex. I mean, I know
Okay.
BB that have the most exciting three a day and like and keep it moving.
Right.
Seriously,
Wow.
do that, ladies. But
Stay safe.
play it safe.
Safe
We don't
sex.
take no losses over here in the yummy and fearless land, okay?
Preach.
Okay.
Preach on, preacher.
But here's the thing. So the sex life is not it ain't about, it's not about that. The thing is that it's the quality of the relationship that the BBWs
Okay.
are missing out. If regular women are having a hard time finding good men, what you think BBWs go through?
Oh wow.
But the
Okay.
sex, as far as skinny women or petite women or beautiful body built women, or they getting plenty, and BBWs getting plenty. And that's
All
one
right.
thing all got in common. They like to bang.
Okay.
Now here's the thing about Here's the thing about BBW sex. One of the things that men do in BBW sex or having sex with, they like to be more rough. And there have
I
been
was gonna
times,
ask about that. Yes.
yeah,
Okay, talk about that.
yeah, I even had to tell a man, don't be so rough. I've noticed this pattern in my own experiences that they're so rough. They'll want to pull your cheeks apart and they'll want to just be so rough. And I actually had with one that said, I actually had an experience with one that was like, oh, well, you be, you a BBW, I can be rough. And I said, no, you have to be gentle. I'm still a woman. So that's a common theme. The other thing is, I talk about this in bed.
Oh no.
So I had one that I was dating, and I never, now don't get me wrong, he sucked my toes, he was very attentive, but he,
Hey.
okay, he was shitting great until he said, well, bring your big ass over here. So for
Oh,
the
no.
yes. So for
No, he did not.
yes, he did. So for the past at like the 20 minutes before, like the last 20 minutes, I was a big ass bitch. Bring your big ass over here. Yes. Bring your big ass over here and turn your big ass around. And yeah, this is what he kept saying. And he still hits me up today. He actually texted me today. And you know what? I'm thinking my BBW mindset. I'm thinking, I don't know whether I like this because I like a little ratchet, but I don't know whether I like this or this offends me. So I didn't say, like, okay. I'm thinking to myself, I'm in a lustful situation, But I mean, bring your big ass. This is exactly what he said. Bring your big ass over. Turn your big ass. Turn
Your big ass over.
I'm with you, Big Barbie. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that might turn me on a little bit. I don't know. That's just like,
What do you do? What do you do? It's not bring your pretty ass over here. And then I'm spread out and I'm thinking, am I reminding this man of a house? After he said this, because I'm like, what is going on? So I'm spread out, he legs and doing what you do. But bring your big ass over here. Turn
he really liked you. He really liked you. He wanted you to come.
He was going hard on the big ass thing.
He really wanted your attention and company. I'm saying, that's what I'm thinking.
Clearly, and he was.
I don't know what I would have said.
I didn't say anything.
I've never had a man suck my toes. I'm just gonna say, I never had.
You haven't?
No.
Listen, you need listen. We can. You know what? We need to do another episode together. If I'm invited, the fetish episode, because here's the thing. I know men. I got a homegirl who showed me this video of this man sucking her toes.
What?
Some men, yes, and all he wanted to do was suck her feet. He would pay for
Shut
her pedicure.
Front door. He would pay for a pedicure just so he could.
Yes, he would pay for her pedicure. And she told me, she said, girl, this guy, and he was Caucasian, and he was like, but black men. But you know what? I'm noticing an increase in black men sucking toes. Yeah, let me just say that about it.
Were they both millennials? I mean, was a female and the white man?
I think the white guy was like maybe 33, and then the one who told me to bring my big ass over here, he was 38. So not necessarily millennial, but he definitely has the swag and the energy of a millennial.
Yeah.
That's important too. Because you can have men that are 38, 39, but they act 20.
Yeah.
So that's a part of it too, But yeah, he was sucking her toes, and she said he would call her and say, hey, can I suck your toes today? And she told him, I don't have a pedicure, and you got to get my pedicure done. And he gave her money for the pedicure, and he came over just to suck her toes.
What?
Suck her toes. And he I saw the tape. He was eating her toes like his last meal. And that's all he wanted to do. That's all
he wanted to do?
That's all he wanted to do was to suck her toe.
You are shitting me right now.
Oh my God.
No, I'm not.
Wow. Nope. The millennials.
Yeah. I'm fascinated. That is, my mind is blown with that.
Mine too.
But it's, I personally love getting my toes sucked. Just make sure your feet are clean and, it's a beautiful feeling to me. And so that's another thing. BBWs, we have just the same amount of passion as other with size women. We get some of the same things done as other size women. if not more. But it's just I think the stigma of being with a big woman, for especially the young millennials. I make love to you, want to have sex with you, but I don't know if you could be my girl because I'm trying to, be like Young Dirt. I'm trying to,
Right.
image, and that's the thing. So they'll mess with a big girl, but they won't claim her necessarily in the younger aspect of millennial. Now, when you hit 25, I may want a relationship with you, but still don't know. So it's that balance, and it's really hard.
Now,
Yeah.
I have a question. Can I ask you about positions?
Ask
Like,
me.
are there positions that you prefer or like absolute hate that you can't
You,
or won't do as a B?
you know what? Absolutely. And it also depends on as far as where you carry your weight as a BBW as well. Their weight in their hips, more pear shape. Unfortunately, I'm an apple shaped girl. And so most of my weight is in my abdomen area. And so I like positions that don't put pressure on that area. That, like, I like missionary. I like
Okay.
to legs up in the air. I like it from the, stuff that makes it easy access to what needs to have access to. So that's 120 or 175. And, I'm a BBW that's pushing 3+. He can't pick me up. So we are limited. And I think that's the thing about the BBW. There are positions that man needs to know that he just can't do with a BBW. Now you can pound
Okay.
me, get your still on.
What
Get
we
your
call that jackhammering?
Right.
yeah,
He can
yeah,
jackhammer.
you know,
He better bring it. He better bring it.
yes, to death. You can fluff me, feel me, soft, cuddle, kiss me. But there are positions where, doggy style is, these are the BBW missionary from the side, maybe standing up. You can stand, but have your leg on a chair, or you could
Okay.
lean over on the bathroom counter, especially if he's tall enough, floor, so be on the carpet, you just spread them wide. But you can't pick me up. You can't you can't. Now sometimes, and even as a BBW, I wish I was small enough, and I'm not ashamed to say that. So the BBW listeners attack, I'm keeping it real for y'all. I'll be the representative for you. But the thing is, sometimes I want to be picked up and plowed. And I can't be picked up and plowed. Yes.
Damn. When
You
you
heard
want
it
to be
here.
plowed,
Y'all
you
heard it
can't
here.
be picked up.
BBWs want that too. They want, hey,
Every girl wants to be picked up and plowed.
every girl.
Yes, like this. And the other thing I wanted to talk about when it comes to BBW is, don't, just because you're a BBW, don't let them, I don't want to use a condom, because see, they'll try that stuff on you. The standards, are still lower, and you a BBW, so you must be desperate for some. No, that's not the case. John just offered me some 2 minutes before you walked through the door.
Okay.
So okay. So keep your standards, BBWs. Practice safe sex. I'm big on that. That's very important. Or be in a mutually monogamous relationship,
Right
to
on, right
protect
on.
yourself out here. But yeah, BBW
Yeah.
sex is, it's a whole thing. But there are certain positions that we can't do, and there are certain positions that we can. Oh, and here's another thing about BBW culture when it comes to dating. The thing is that BBWs are considered more desirable in the winter, and the smaller chicks are more desirable in the summer.
Wow.
Whoa. There are
Yeah.
seasons to this?
Seasons in the winter. I get it.
Yes, because they want to snuggle up. See, a BBW is known. Honey, we always gonna have some food. We know how to cook. We're gonna make the bills and pay. Yes, yes. Let it out. It's the
They know
truth.
what it is.
They know what it is. So I've literally had boyfriends who migrate to me towards October, November. That's around the time you start calling, trying to come back, want to live with me, cuddle me, be around me. give me rides to work.
Ain't that about a bitch?
And then around April time, oh, I don't he acting like a whole nother person.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, y'all. BBW's gonna tell the truth and leave you in the summer.
So, and they expect you to cook because you're a big girl?
Oh my God. Honey, I was recently engaged in my engagement for reasons that, I couldn't outside of my control. But I was cooking for this man 3-4 times a day.
What?
And working a 40-hour full-time job. Oh, I just cook. Yes. Never been more exhausted in my life. Honey, the first cook for me. Cook for me. Oh, you can cook. Like
That's crazy.
That's not a millennial trait. I don't you might be rare on that one. Do you think I don't think that's
I
normal
don't know.
among millennials anyway.
No, she got some extraordinary skills.
Absolutely.
You know what I do? I'm pretty decent, Yeah, they want, but you know what? It's so funny now that y'all ask me about that. They never want to feed me. They want me to feed them. You know what I think it is? And now we touching on the psychology of it. When you mention that, I think it just hit me. They as if, but so they're hungry for something.
Metaphor. Come on with it. You better talk, girl. You better preach.
You know what? They're hungry for something. Now, I don't know what they're hungry for. If I'm the big one, why am I feeding you?
Come on. You better talk about it. You better. Did y'all catch it? Message. Y'all catch it?
If I'm the big one, that's supposed to be hungry all the time,
you better talk about it.
It's something. They need to be fed. You know what? And there are
need to be fed.
Yes, and there are also BBW fetish parties. There are parties in different states that you small men meeting big women.
Well, damn.
That's a whole thing. That's a thing.
That's what they call them.
BBW. Who in the hell is going to these? What BBWs are showing up?
Well, look, BBWs looking for love. BBWs who've been ostracized for being BBW or big, but
they're not gonna get it there. They're not gonna get love there. They're gonna get fetishized.
Right.
Exactly.
I would think.
Exactly. And it'll be Trump supporters there. It's Democrat. It's all type. White men, black women. It doesn't matter if a man has a BBW fetish. I mean, I've had a white man who was a complete Republican for views, and he had a fetish. He was fit, I was his fetish.
Because he can't deny the love. He can't deny the sex.
That's
exactly.
right.
But you see him, and he's red hair, blue eyes, and wearing army fatigue.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be
BBW.
That's scary. That is scary.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on something earlier, and I wanted to forgot what it was, but it was about the nuances, the other nuances about BBW dating. Did you have any more questions? Because it was something you touched on that I wanted to elaborate on. I forgot what it was, but it was kind of like the downside of I'll just
situation.
Well, the downside of BBW, the whole BBW thing. The thing is, in dating, the thing is, it's not. I want us BBWs to put our health first. So even though this is a whole thing, a stigma, and sometimes it's flattering, we still have to be healthy. We want to live long, quality lives. So don't stay big BBWs as your partner, your situationship, or you're getting a level of attention for your sexiness as a big woman. I want to put that out there because high blood pressure, diabetes, and hypertension, it ain't good. It just ain't good, you know. And I've had one on the flip side romanticize the BBW life, like, "Ooh, you big, yes." But I had to remind one the other day, I have hypertension.
Wow.
I have diabetes. This ain't all, yeah, I'm sexy, but I want to live a healthy life. So sometimes you gotta remind them, honey, you'll have men who love BBWs and they feel like you're 120 pounds. I'm tired.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. So there's a lot of education that has to go along with it. It sounds,
Yes.
like
Because
some
sometimes exactly. Because sometimes they feel like I'm 120 pounds, or no, you BBW's 120. No, I'm not 120 pounds. I can't stand up and cook for you 3-4 times a day.
Yeah. So if you could create the perfect scenario for yourself, like where do you see yourself relationship wise 5 years from now?
Happily married to my soulmate. Oh, that's another topic. But happily married. Wonderful man. I want to be married to a man that's exactly what I want. I mean, exactly to the T. Is absolutely in love with me, and it's that bond. We ain't worried about nothing but me and him. It's ride or die. We love each other. We have a stable home life, stable family life, raising our children. And people forget And especially nowadays, and even millennials need to learn this. It's about who you partner with. Is love is love. We need to
Yeah,
make, you know how men say, I want a rider. No, I need a man that's gonna ride for me too.
exactly.
Have my back. I need you not to cheat on me. I need you to make sure if a female trying to humiliate me through you, that you smart enough to know the game. Honor me,
Yes.
Hmm.
respect me, crown
Exactly.
me, you know? And it's
Yeah,
rare. And millennial guys, men don't understand that right now. You gotta hold us down too, but not hold us down, lift us up.
that's right. That's right. And I hope that for you, and I pray for that for you. And probably
Thank
my biggest concern with what you were describing for millennials is that I don't see how you guys can really form productive family units
Oh well,
functioning like this. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I don't see how. I just
The only way I see how is with the determination. Number one, the determination to want to change. Number
yeah.
two, wisdom, because you got to think 18, 19 years old. But when you hitting 30, it's time to get serious, millennials. It's time to figure it out.
Right,
And
right.
so giving it time. But I also think, millennials, why you, if you single and you're a millennial or a BBW or wherever you are, taking time to work on you to better yourself.
Hmm.
And then that, that'll come as well. It'll help the relationship grow. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to say something really transparent. And for my BBW listeners or millennials listening, I feel like the reason why it's taken me so long to find my partner is because of my weight. I'm going to say it very transparent.
Wow.
And I know a lot of big women or BBWs or bigger people, male or whatever, may not want to say the truth, but weight
Mm-hmm.
part to play because I'm not sometimes as healthy as a smaller. So most of the
Hmm.
time, yes, say if I met the man I really want, man of my dream, and which is a lot of partners that I've had that I really, really liked, I really would rock with them. They would ask me, "Can you get pregnant? Can we start a family?" And
Wow.
so right now I can't
Yeah.
get a family even if I wanted to. So
Mm.
I say that to say that people got to start being real.
Mm-hmm.
That weight can be an issue, and
Yeah.
unless you have a partner that's like, look, we rocking together no matter what. I'm gonna rock with you. We gonna do this, and willing to wait on me to do that.
Hmm.
But I think family units can happen when we start celebrating it more, giving it time, getting yourself together before you join to someone else, and letting time take its part. It's possible.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I agree with that. And I want to say I thank you for your transparency. I think it's good to have a sense of humor. And you've cleared up a lot of things, a lot of myths about BBWs. BBWs are attractive and sexual and desirable and alluring and all of that. And
Yeah.
they want the same things. But there's another side of the coin. And I think that it's important to point that out. But I'm so glad that you are whole. What's the word I'm looking for? It's your own. You own it, and I love that.
Yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
beautiful. It's beautiful. And yeah, and
Thank-
I just want to chime in on that last point too. It's good to hear all aspects of it because it's cute, to hear about just the fetish part or the
oh,
fun parts of it. But it
right.
also is real to hear about, the real challenges of it from,
Mhm.
getting pregnant, to just, your health. I
Yep.
think
Right.
sometimes people either tend to go hard on either or, so it's good to hear that real part of what it really is like to live as a BBW and what you really do want for yourself. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am
Thank
very proud. And I love the fact that you have identified what you see. You're calling out what you want in a mate, and I think that's so powerful to put words. I love
you.
that, and if I'm getting anything from this conversation with you, Big Barbie, it is value yourself. I mean, no
Right.
Yeah.
matter, and
Right.
I'm feeling that this goes for not just BBW. So many women, millennials, old, what's the Gen Xers, especially
Yeah.
Gen who have that. I think the message applies across the board. Everything you said, value yourself. People, guys will play you to the left if you let them.
If you let them, no matter what you weigh.
But really, sometimes that's a form of not loving yourself either.
Oh yeah,
That's true. That is.
that's the era we're
And
living in.
yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I want to say this to all the baddies. I ain't hating on y'all, but you still got to know who you are at your core as a woman. So that's why sometimes where I get it sometimes on the flip side, it's like, okay, well, smaller women may not like my boldness because no matter what, I know who I am, like how I come or how directing, because I know who I am.
There you
But on
go.
the flip side, you got to admire that. So it's like
Absolutely.
I have literally the other day that was like, I cut him off. Prime example, he was coming over. And the first time I said, okay, but something else happened. I'm like, okay. Second time he did the same thing. I said, don't you ever call me again. He waited a few days.
No, that's...
Yeah, he waited about a week. Hey, how you doing? And so when he texted me, I said, hey, because I was in a good mood. But he was like, well, I was scared to hit you up. And I said, the thing I want you to know is you got to respect my time. Don't tell me you coming over and I didn't cook the meal for you when you don't show up. I could have been doing other things. This is my time. And my time is just as valuable as yours. So me cutting him off, which he was, or a real nigga, he respected that more.
I know that's right.
He was like, wow. I respect. So no matter if you matter if you're a little woman, little person, fetish or whatever, BBW, no matter what you look like, you got to know your worth within and who you are and what's good for you. And that's the missing right now. And men need to know too, because there's a lot of lost men. They want to go with the crowd. They want to follow this rapper. They want to follow this person. You got to know who you are within. And I think what's going on in the culture right now is people don't know how to be themselves. And if you are yourself, you ostracized about it. I'm tired of walking around with people hate me just because I'm fat. Well, damn, if you hate me because I'm fat, then look away.
Yeah, you better talk about. I love, girl. You preach. We need an applause button.
Okay. For real.
Why does me offend you? We got to get out of this with this thing. Like, okay, just because you look a certain way and you got a 30-inch weave don't make you better than the next BBW or a big person. Or just because you got a certain level of wealth don't make you better. We all have challenges and different issues and walks of life. Let God be the judge. And we need to start accepting each other instead of each other, because there's difference. So it goes to say you got to know who you are within, whether you're a BBW, whether you a millennial or whatever. People need to be taught how to love themselves, and then we can love each other.
Yes,
that's right. Amen.
Amen.
Somebody needs to say it.
Somebody better testify.
Okay.
Big Barbie for president.
Big Barbie for president. I'm first to cast my vote. I'm casting my vote.
Right.
I appreciate that, honey. I appreciate it. And I love what y'all are doing and bringing these topics to the forefront and the things that need to be heard. I know it's more entertaining, show, but it also, realness is also entertaining.
Absolutely.
And,
the real, we just got to be real about it. We got to start accepting each other for who we are. Millennials, big folks, fat folks, beautiful folks, rich folks, poor folks. As long as they got a good spirit, okay. As long as they got a good spirit, it's cool.
I know somebody got a word. Somebody got a word today. Somebody got a word out of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we want to thank you so very, very much.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Yes, applause for coming on the Yummy and Fearless podcast.
Okay. You get the Yummy and the Fearless Award. You get the Yummy and the Fearless Award.
Thank y'all so much. It is an honor, and both of y'all are yummy and fearless as well. And please, listeners, subscribe. You don't want to miss it. They at thebomb.com. If you yummy and fearless, you gonna gang up with the Yummy and Fearless gang, and that's just what it is. And speaking of in the honor of millennials, I want y'all to know the Yummy and Fearless in the honor of millennials. All they say is gang, gang, gang. That's what it is.
I wish y'all could see me right now. I'm jumping up and down.
So gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Right. She said what she said. She said what she said. Come
on. That's right. So on that note, gang, gang.
Gang, gang. We out.
We out. Love y'all.
Thank you for listening. If you like what you heard, review, subscribe, and share. It helps other listeners find us. And don't forget to follow us at Yummy Fearless on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and even Pinterest, where you'll find additional content from today's show and also our highly curated He Can Get It list. As always, you can listen to the Yummy and Fearless podcast with the SideChicks on Apple iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, and Spotify. And if no one else has told you today, we love you and thank you so much for listening.